Yeah. So, standing still, time doesn't pass at all, apparently. So I guess we gotta, like, run around and do stuff.
There's some tear.
I don't want to run too far away from here, though. Because so far, I've never really seen, like, every event we've had, it's like, go to here at this time and you'll see the person. I've never seen someone, like, actually walk up or move towards us. We need to do something to actually make time pass.
The handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
You just call a random number.
Calling. Still calling. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Make some prank calls.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello,
Damn,
Gerard.
2 minutes.
Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
We can actually get his wife on the phone. He's like, electricity here. Actually just prank calling people. Gerard, what a douche name. Change it. Change your name.
What are you, like 5?
A woman's voice shouts something in the background. When Gerard speaks again, his voice is hushed.
Thanks for calling, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
That made time pass. There's something to do while we wait. Whatever talking about a boardwalk past the fishing village, it has to fucking be up here. But is it really that specific of a time?
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling, calling, calling. Still calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man.
The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Money. Yes, but a slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling in Rags and Martinez.
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys.
This phone is funny.
Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
This is actually really
Disconnect tone.
funny. A single hum lets you know the lieutenant is ready to move now. Dude, it's 10:01. If they're not around here somewhere or something doesn't happen, I'm going to give up on this. Go to bed. Go back to finding Ruby. So I got no idea where this is. It is 10. And this is my best idea of where we need to be. Kim, you got anything for us?
Yes?
Maybe we're supposed to go somewhere, get into something. So we were looking at a few locations. There's that weird storm drain. There's whatever this is. Like you can get in here or something. Not getting anywhere anytime soon, though. Maybe I should call in there. Maybe it's 10, then I should just yell in here. Last time we had a prompt.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. Maybe it's just a storm drain for this.
No idea. We might find in conclusion. I hope not.
Yell ho?
There's no echo. And no answer.
It makes so much time pass. Well, either I'm in the completely wrong area, or have no idea what I'm doing. Both very likely. I mean, that is the only answer, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if this is like essential for actual progress. Or if we'll just go to bed, find Ruby, hopefully. If I go exploring tomorrow, maybe I'll find whatever these places I should be. Like, maybe if I walk into a building and walk out, it'll like load a person in. I just don't feel like I've ever seen someone actually like walk up to us, like see someone walking around coming in. That's the person. Oh my god, that really was it. That fucking was it. That's stupid as hell. What is this? This guy looks crazy. That really was it. The person doesn't appear unless you reload. That's stupid. That's unfortunate, but it's just
Put
video
your hands
games.
where I can see them.
We found them. The pigs. It was straight up. Like, the game was not going to load this character in unless I phased and loaded into another screen and then phased and loaded back in here, and now they're here. Well, I don't blame myself for struggling on that a bit. The pigs. Put your hands where I can see them. The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands! Right now!
Well, the thing is, we're actually the pigs, so we're not falling for it. But she does have my gun pointed at us, so she's got the upper hand.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
She's just like manually cranking these sirens and lights on her backpack. That's crazy. That's a good get-up.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Kim ain't playing around. He's pulling out the piece too. All right. Kim jumping into action. I could raise my hands just to sort of maybe dissuade her. Let's just raise our hands. I don't want to get shot. She's sort of bouncing back and forth.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket.
Uh-oh.
Fear under threat! Fear under threat! Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground! Get on the goddamn ground!
Both these sound like they're going to get a shot. I wasn't taking anything out of my pocket. Ma'am, we just want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
Dude, I wish I could conceal things in my urethra, but it doesn't really work like that.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening, as long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
This is crazy.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing.
Of all the people for our gun to end up with, this is not particularly the best type of person. She's a tad unhinged.
You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
This is the pigs. Dude, my hand-eye coordination's terrible. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect at large! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, alright?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot! Big red key! Big red key!
Big red key. That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag! Cut the pavement! You're under arrest!
So she's actually using cop talk, like she sort of knows cop lingo. Big red key, big red key. That's cop talk.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband! Restricted access! 2 kilos missing! Eyewitness report compromised!
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
Lieutenant Double Yefreda Harriard Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsragi from the 57th.
No! No, no. No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth! Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Just playing along like we're cops.
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Showing her our badge would be cool, but I think if I reach for something in my pocket, she's already not too happy about that. I'm worried reaching in our pocket. I mean, if we get shot, we're just going to reload. It's fine. I feel like we're going to get shot eventually at some point in here. I'm wearing my RCM coat. I don't think I'm in full uniform. But this might be alright.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Hand-eye coord's so bad, we could crank that up a bit.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
Are we boned? This is a red check. It cannot be retried. I wonder why it's a red check if we mess this up.
Officer, there is no way I'm leaving it like this.
Dude, we're gonna fail. You're right, of course. Let's do this.
The lieutenant nods. His eyes stay
So,
on the
body, we
swaying
can retry and
firearm.
crank up the hand-eye coordination.
She's frantic, confused,
We're not dead
teetering
yet.
under all that gear. There's an opening if you just move fast enough. If not, the lieutenant's got her in his sights.
No, I know myself. I know I'm gonna fail.
Sure, you're you, but how do we end this? She's not just gonna let you leave.
Gun, I'm coming. I feel like if I slowly back away, everything's sort of saying she's not gonna let us just leave. Slowly back away. Surely this is gonna get a shot. They both sound bad.
Suicide by cops!
Here it comes.
Make a decision! Eat lead, scumbag!
Oh my god.
God, I almost blew her head off.
Whoa, that was just a morale hit. Okay, we're not dead yet.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets.
Are there no bullets in it?
This isn't real? These guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
Crazy.
Grab the gun. Right now.
Hey, grab it.
This might be your only chance.
It's right there on the ground.
No one
Cool. We got a gun back.
cares anymore. Why would they cheat me like this?
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
Well, she seems to be breaking down. Should we just be super nice? I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. Gently touch her shoulder.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
Why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8, and loneliness.
You're probably right. Loneliness.
Yeah, looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now.
Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
We're kind of cool with the Hardy Boys now at the moment, aren't we? Maybe we could leave it up to them. If they actually want to reckon they're the local authority, how about they come out and actually do something useful instead of being dicks? Titus sounds like the man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Cool, we got that done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone.
Oh, and just having the radio on.
She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
You really want to search her again? She's pretty harmless now, I think.
The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap?
Confiscate the narcotics. Wink. Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
Probably.
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
Maybe. Probably. You know me.
It's your hat.
Cool. We got a hat too. Dude, I might steal her narcotics. She does... I don't know. Cheyenne... Maybe these are both bad. Maybe you should just leave her be. I don't want to be too mean to her. She's having a hard enough time as it is. I guess the narcotics, though, she probably shouldn't have them. Like, are we doing her a favor taking them, or... Dude, let's take them. Let's steal.
You take the vial of Pyrrolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence, obviously.
Obviously.
She didn't consume them. She didn't look high. She confiscated them. A little like you are doing now.
Of course.
You're taking those, are you?
Listen to him, for once.
Fine, you take them then.
Thank you. I'm doing this to help you. We need to focus on the case.
Kimmy, he's always the voice of reason.
He's grateful you did this.
Yeah, cool. I'm not gonna shake her shoulder. Well, that was crazy, but we got a new hat. Ooh, look at that cool little +1 authority hat with hatless as well. We haven't really had a good hat. I think the only hat we've got was minor suggestion. We didn't want that. Hey, cop hat. We've got RCM hat, RCM cloak. There might be like some more parts to it out there somewhere, but we're almost starting to look like a real police officer. And... whoa, we can walk around with this in our hand. Equip this when times are most dire. I bet it's probably not good to just like walk around with this piece in our hand.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
We got our gun back. I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service weapon when using it is unavoidable.
Yeah, fair. We won't walk around with that. We're fine to walk around with a pry bar in our hands. There's nothing sus about that. But, the gun might be a bit much. So, we're just gonna go to bed, yeah? And then tomorrow we'll start questioning about Ruby. Has Kim got anything to say about all this?
Yes?
Nothing. Cool, we did it. Well, there's lots of things to do. It's pretty late though. Pack it up and head into day 5. Wasn't anything else? Oh, the Hardy thing. That's right, we did want to go over there, didn't we? And I think we actually have fast travel now. Yeah, wee. That didn't take any time, did it? I was expecting that to crank up 10-20 minutes or so. It's raging in here.
The Copper NATO is back. What do you want?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you?
Only when it's
Helping
convenient.
troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kurong or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everard's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, she didn't have anything of mine.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
Titus chugs his beer down and wipes his mouth.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
Don't remember.
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
These questions, I can't say I particularly care. What's her name, her real name?
Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne Amigo LaPlante.
Fuck you, pig. What the fuck you are playing on, huh?
The smart ass answers are so fun.
Easy, Al. Don't let him get to you. Have one for Auntie LaPlante, huh?
Don't disrespect Miss LaPlante, Copper. She's good people. We all get a little crazy sometimes.
Who was she?
Was? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for her.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How did she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Me. Law enforcement is a respectable occupation, sir.
Respectable professions don't shoot kids, Cerdo. They don't beat confessions out of prisoners.
I don't know if I've shot any kids lately.
Easy there, Al. Sit down. We got one of our own to take care of, so let's not get worked up.
You could ask where'd she get all her cop gear. We kind of know. Where'd she get all her cop gear? Just playing incredulous.
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
I guess that means more like the sirens and the lights and things.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
We're friends now, Titus and I. We're tight.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
They are lightening up a bit. Alright, cool. Dude, we're just going to bed. On to day 5.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
What's this?
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Ooh, is this because we were wondering if Ruby had stayed here as well?
The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
Definitely reaching in there.
Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Search for the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example.
What else? We got a gun, now we've got an actual bullet to put in it.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
Do that in the morning.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror.
Let's
A
try to
straight
shave
razor
again.
soaks inside the wash basin.
Hand-eye coordination. What do we have for the old hand-eye? Oh, the pinball makers. I don't think we had much for hand-eye, wasn't it? I remember that's why I liked we got that pinball coat, because I don't think we have got anything else for hand-eye coordination. We do not. With a point and this
On
on.
the table, you see a bowl of water,
Yeah.
a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
We'll try to shave. Get these mutton chops off.
Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chips against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional. Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression.
Cool.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, a regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Dig deep into your mind. I guess we messed that one up. Wasn't that a massive, like we already had a 80-90% roll on that, I think, and it just blew it. Did we spend a point in encyclopedia?
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
It's already really high. It's pretty good. We have skill points. Let's just do it.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it.
It's not that high.
Such as it
72%.
A regular, clean, like the rest of you.
That's the
it
second
comes
time we
from a
failed
bad
this.
place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
We managed to shave. We'll call that an improvement for the day. Go to bed. We'll take it.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest.
Go to sleep.
The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Organic heater.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great. This is going to be really chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
Probably like none of the above.
This bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
I mean, are we just like assuming we've murdered people in the past? I don't think I've killed anyone in the last few days. I don't care. That doesn't scare me.
Hear that? You are naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. Soul brother. Oh no. I see inside his amygdala and his hippocampus. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Her face forms in summertime.
In hell, an ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it'll be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
That we pieced together. Crazy. We've been through it. But despite it all, we must push on. We must persist. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
So, I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
I know. Stunning, right?
I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the...
Don't tell us what you really think, Kim.
Yeah, damage. He means damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Nothing. Dick.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Bright light. Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Yeah, a bit of false enthusiasm. Just kidding to ourselves, but yeah, if it makes us feel a little better. Alright, so we've got all sorts of stuff to do, but I'm pretty keen to just sort of push on. I mean, there's going to be heaps. I'm pretty keen to find this Ruby girl, though. I feel like we've sort of questioned these two. Is that going to be anything
the
new?
sea's going to calm down soon. I can feel it.
Gotta talk to people.
You're back. Good. What?
Take it from the top. Make sure we speak to everyone. Find out what's going on with this Ruby. Alright. There's no one up here, is there? You are still being stubborn?
Our tenant, the policeman.
That's right.
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
Ah, there it is.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
But it?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your Kanema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No.
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back towards her shack, thinking.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye. Do tell.
Our inland empire is sort of suggesting may as well talk about it. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
The world.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
Didn't realize this is where we were going. That's kind of heavy, but alright.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
She went up north. And she had a boat or something. She probably hasn't gone too far.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The felled electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Alright.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Guess we'll go straight there. We've got a lot of people to talk to. We could ask this kid quickly. Kids.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Kids, have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is gonna crack the case.
Then we're definitely doing it. The scruffy-haired little boy
Any
kicks...
questions to press out? Let's just go up to the sign, the Feld. Whatever it was. Here. Actually get up here this way. Feld Electrical.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone. You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building?
Found the enemy trap, confronted the pig's death notification. Our shivers are so low, that's still such a low percentage. Before those pluses. Listen to the wind. Can we help our shivers much at all? Well, that such a low percentage. Feels like if we add some cloves on, probably not going to help too much. We could try it. I think we've got a couple of skill points to spend. Shivers is very low though.
The once bright mural towers above you.
17%. Why not?
The once bright mural towers
28.
above you, saying,
Let's just try it.
Feld Electrical R. And even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet.
I don't know if this
There
really
is
can
no
be that
cold
helpful.
hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is going to, or this is that important. What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning. with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas?
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay.
I mean, it was unlikely. I was being very hopeful.
She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least.
That's actually something useful about all of that nonsense then, I guess.
And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too.
Yep.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Sure. Sounds like it will come to that. She's probably pretty hidden.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
Was it Kim looked at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm?
An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
I won't try that again now. I'll have a bit of a look around first. +3, found the empty trap. Confronted the pigs. Deaf notification. I forget what that was. Time to look around. So there's definitely nothing else we could do with this storm pipe thing. Like this building. I feel like the Feld building is something because you can see there's... Was it the Feld building? You can see there's something inside there, some sort of door or something. This. Stairs up. Could be some way in there. I don't think there's going to be anything up here.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. There's nothing else to do with the traps at this time. They're all just lying around, gathering dust and rainwater.
This building's pretty sus.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Why this many bullet holes?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Really?
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
I wonder if this is important, because we could put one into visual calc and re-roll this. We only have one skill point. We're kind of blowing all our points. We had a lot in the bank. But we're looking. I want to rule this out while we're here.
A scattering of bullet holes is
97%.
Wall,
it's going to take Snake Eyes to stop us from here.
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall.
Oh, I see.
There are many of them. A dozen at least. Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence.
Crazy.
A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this? Some sort of firing squad.
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Brutal. Look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
Who were they?
Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world.
Look at the line of soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? Men of duty, dark duty.
Who were they?
Murderers, twisted by orders, young boys forced into killing.
Rough. Look at the person standing on the side, giving the order.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Kim, who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Feld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
What about people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
Goodbye.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Sort of spent a stat point to get that. I'm not sure if...
Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again. A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A cold behind this building, the other one.
Faded mural, as in like back at the Feld? A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? Whoa, who's this guy? Oh, it's that guy. It's the smoking man's friend.
As you approach, the man turns and greets you with a polite wave.
It's probably unrelated to what we're trying to do right now, but he's here. We'll talk to him.
He appears completely at ease, like a common holidaymaker.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again, but things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast?
Actually, I was wondering what you are doing here.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And well, I wish to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes. There's nothing like a stroll along the coast to lift one's spirits.
You do know there was a mass execution right over there?
Really? Here? How can you be sure?
For one, that wall over there is covered in bullet holes.
Ah? Is that what those pockmarks are? I might have guessed. Fascinating how much history is contained right here, if only one knows where to look for it.
Are you just going to let him get away with these generalities and euphemisms?
I'm sure the communards who were killed here take a different view.
Yes, the loss of human life was truly catastrophic. This is why the Coalition is so focused on preventing another war. Our peacekeeping mission is a testament to this. Thankfully, the region is becoming more and more stable. I'm confident that atrocities like this belong in the past. The future is... tranquilo bilou.
Tranquilo, below? Let's not get into this. You can't argue with someone who uses words like tranquilo, below.
True. Actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
Ah bon? I'm all ears, officer.
I need your help forming a committee. I'm trying to assign la responsabilité.
My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists.
Good. Of course it does. These moral intern types.
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Where is he then? He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
I got it. You're only here on personal business.
Of course, we are speaking informally, but officially, I am still in a Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives.
I don't even really know what this is about or where this is going with this guy.
That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
How am I supposed to contact the committee then?
Well, under ordinary circumstances, the committee contacts you.
In other words, the committee only knows what it wants to know.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
Why do I need to go through Archer to speak to the committee?
You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communications infrastructure in Revachol.
Hold on, it's watching us too?
And listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments. I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristol-Mune Conventions.
The Bristol-Mune Conventions are a series of international agreements governing the treatment of military personnel and civilians in theaters of war, as well as occupied territories. In practice, they are more talked about than observed.
So, how does one go about contacting a coalition warship?
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground. But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available for non-coalition use. Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum. I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno-tinkerers to do it.
Do you know any of those tinkerers?
Unfortunately not, no. I don't have the pleasure. I am merely a representative of the coalition government, not very well versed in technology. But you...
Sounds like something that programmer we met in the church might be able to help with.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Thank you for your time.
Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
Bon chance, my friend. I'm not super sure what that guy was on about, but I'm not rushing off to do the La Responsabilité too soon. I'm up here, looking around.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10. A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building,
Push that about as far as I think it's gonna go. We definitely can't get like back in here, can we? I want to go over here. Some of the stuff we did before and didn't save. Guess we got to
a
recreate a
metal
few
and
steps.
plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first,
That over there must be the boy class you told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
ooh, hidden things, secrets.
We have done this
You
already.
lift the boy out of the wall. The number 11.
Skip through
Simple
this.
construction.
There's something in there. It smells like a shot glass's worth of seawater pours out.
Well, damn.
No documents. Who do you think took them?
I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either. That may very...
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
We still got here too late.
I wonder if it was possible to get there a bit earlier and actually find it. Got to sort of run around everywhere because something might pop up that we notice, perception and things. Seems pretty clear back here. That storm drain, I was hoping there'd be something cool in there, but doesn't seem to be. Been up here 1,000 times. Building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
That's a red check. To open the door? I wonder why that's a red check. We wouldn't be able to try it again. Maybe she's in there and it's
An
brutal to
old
get in
door,
there.
worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see...
Interfacing is not great, but I'm not sure how much we could crank it up. Even if I added a point or two in interfacing, I don't think it's going to suddenly get that door open. It's a very low percentage. I'd give it a try just in case we got 2 6s, or like we've won on bad rolls before, but if it's a red check, don't see it happening. I'm not going to try it.
Is there something here that would indicate...
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter.
This as well.
I don't see a bird. It's not...
It does look...
Those?
Tio Motiri was a Revacholian. Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette of a boy wearing a coffee hat. A tobacco picker. This boy is the Tio Motiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Yuan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, a legendary cigarette from Grad. Tio Motiri is favored by older men who like its old-fashioned paper filter tips, insane amount of tar, and the sweet smells of colonialism and halva.
The sweet smells of colonialism.
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger. Truthfully, this seems like...
There, a glowing light.
A couple of these things we have already done. What was that? Take a mental note. Tio Motiri. Seems important somehow. It does? Well, that place seems important. I don't think we're getting in there anytime soon.
Yes, what is it? What?
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
It's not a paying job, but could you help me contact Coalition warship Archer?
Do I look like someone who has time for side projects at this moment?
She doesn't even look up from a computer.
If you want her help, maybe you should help her first.
Maybe some other time. I want to stay on course.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Serene, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow indeed.
Wow
when
indeed.
Her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've heard of the system.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More. An innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
Dude, we might be able to come back to this later. I want to stay on course a little
But
bit here.
she was not hell. She is the opposite of that. The wind of paradise, stripping away the covers from the hearts of men. There you stand, below her once more, with your hands on your side, momentarily at a loss as what to do with yourself.
It is getting late and it's been a long time. A long session tonight, and I'm starting to burn out a little bit with the really big ranting like that. Like, oof. Cashing out a bit. I might need to pack it up soon. We'll see how it goes. If I get onto if I find this lady or find some sort of cool lead soon, I might get motivated, but I am burning out a little bit here. Might need to come back to this hunt tomorrow. Otherwise, back to running around.
Hello again.
We've already questioned her about Ruby, and that's saved.
Hello again. No.
Just no.
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Hey. Better than grim desolation. I like the enthusiasm. I like the vibe. Doesn't seem to be anything too spicy back here.
Hello, mister.
Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Luby. Raluby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can, but then
Kids.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last two words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle.
Are the
It's
twins
not very good.
outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside.
Jerks.
They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical. Bye!
Bye.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
What?
Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
You're not going to be fooled again. You're going to stand here calmly and observe this non-phasmid until you see what it really is.
Fine. It's not a phasmid. It's not even organic. Just a fire iron resting by the fireplace. But where's your sense of wonder, man?
Forget about the phasmid, fire iron. This is not a phasmid. I thought we were actually going to find one, but I guess I dismissed it pretty quickly. Oh, we got these armored gloves back here.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Reach in the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Cool.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Ooh, we got some gloves. Ooh, +2 interfacing. It's a bummer that it's gloves though, because we've already got +1, but... So we'll run around with these things on. This is a slight upgrade from what we had.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Who are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
A dead dog?
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
Oh, I hope that wasn't Kim. Did Kim?
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
We cannot actually go back there, can we? We haven't spoken to these guys in a while, but we're running out of places to explore. Not around that way.
Tequila Sunset.
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Tequila Sunset.
Don't call her.
The drunk man speaks in his sleep. Drool dribbles down from the left side of his mouth and down his jacket lapel. We are going to wake this guy up. Hey, wake up.
There's no waking him from his stupor. His mind is elsewhere.
The legend returns. You know the deal, legend man. Smokes a smoky, pilsner, gets you drunk. You've already cleaned me out of spirits. And speed.
Friend, do we know each other?
Sure, friend. You know it.
Don't mind old Rosemary here. He's a buffoon. Let's have a word after your high-concept transactions. I'll give you the lowdown.
I don't know if I want the lowdown right now.
Tequila Sunset.
Well, not too sure. The ice just off the coast crackles, shifting. Well, they kind of said the Ruby went like up north. I don't know if he's gonna, anything exciting's gonna be down here. It's gotta be related to that building. There's a few potential spots where it could be, but I gotta pack it up for tonight pretty soon. Go back up there and again have one look around. From what the lady was saying, it did sound like she went more up north. Not sure if I'm really just going to stumble across something at this rate. Maybe, but...
Our tenant, the policeman. I heard. What more do you want to know about? Yes, let's hear.
In terms of things that actually look sus, there was this storm drain thing that we didn't really get much out of. I feel like whatever it is, we've got to be able to get in this building somehow. But I don't know. Can't even see like a potential entrance or anything to like get up in here. I don't think we can get over the other side.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a...
We'll try the shivers again. Have anything to help? We'll try this.
The once bright mural towers above. A breeze, like a quiet sigh, moves over you. Go to the children of the Big Sea. The Big Sea. The Big Sea. That can only mean one thing.
The hell was that?
The wind rushes away, leaving you where you were, on the rotting boards of the Feld building.
Work with the children.
Officer, are you okay? It looked like we lost you for a second.
I think I need to talk to some kids in the village.
When you're ready. In there? She could, or...
Why single out this one building?
There's not that many kids. It was those three and there's this guy. Excuse me, sir. Can I speak to your kid?
Isn't this a fine morning?
Send the kids down into the storm drain. They can figure it out.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Kids, has anything strange happened lately?
We had bad words and said, and got in trouble. Bad words. Bad words.
Okay, what happened?
We just heard funny voices.
The boy shrugs, his jacket whispers as his shoulders move.
We thought the voices were funny. We said what they said, and then we got in trouble.
Where did you hear them? Did you overhear someone say them? Was it on the radio?
Radio? What's that? We just heard them in our head.
What do you mean you heard them in your head?
You know, I heard people talking, except just in my head.
Okay, what did you hear?
It was like, it is time at last. My nasty speed reeks. Our brother man is about to grow up. DJ Flatios, Big Boy Daniel single is here. Buckle up, cause this is the fastest trash that you're ever gonna hear. Turn up the volume. Blow those speakers out. Now here's... No! Don't say bad words, stupid.
Why? What a splendid rendition these two rapscallions have offered us here today. Faultless memorization, Perchance they'll enjoy greatness as a double act in the performing arts.
A word when you're done.
The lieutenant clears his throat. His eyes are wider than usual.
The boy draws a jagged rock across the ground. It leaves a white scratch.
Kim's got something to talk about.
Detective, about what the twins had to say. I believe they heard something. And given the poverty of this part of town, I don't know how they could have heard the radio. I don't know how they heard it, but I know the station they imitated. So they must have heard it somehow.
What channel was it?
Speed Freaks FM.
Speed Freaks FM, huh?
Yeah, local station, known for its kinetic music and aggressive style.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, anyway. Weird as it is, the situation is not connected to the murder. This isn't our business.
It's a mystery, though. Mysteries are our business.
Yes. Mysteries like who killed the hanged man are our business, not this. Besides, maybe it was just a radio they overheard. They might not be old enough to know the difference.
Didn't
How would they
Ruby have
heard the
advanced...
voices?
Cutting him off, but I want to jump in. Didn't Ruby have advanced radio know-how?
The lieutenant shrugs.
Let's at least rule out radios before continuing. Maybe the twins didn't know it was a radio they were hearing. The washerwoman seems to know everything that happens here. Let's ask if she heard anything before moving on. After you.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you heard a radio on the coast in the last week or so?
A radio? Ah, no. We play no radio here. There's one in the shack, but it's never used.
Are you sure you didn't hear a radio playing?
Visitors know every sound that belongs to this coast. I would know if I heard anything different.
Any idea how the twins could have heard Speed Freaks FM?
Was that the nonsense we were spouting? Pah! No, I have no idea where they heard it. They've been in earshot all week, and no radio.
We good, Kim?
Let's just get it out of the way as fast as we can. Contact dispatch from my kinema and ask them to connect you to the station. Maybe they can shed some light on this. I'm ready when you are. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else?
Goodbye, I'm off. We are getting something. I don't know if this is related or a lead or anything. Who's that guy?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, I need you to connect me to Speed Freaks FM.
Come again, officer?
Speed Freaks FM, a radio station. It's for the case.
Okay, officer. One moment. I have DJ Mesh on the line. I'll connect you now.
Dude, is DJ Mesh going to be like her?
Yo!
No. No, it's not. The word shoots out of the man's mouth like a bullet.
The starting gun fires, and we're off.
Hello, is this DJ Mesh?
It is. I got a few minutes before I gotta go back on air. What can I do for you, cop man?
I'm just calling to confirm. Did you debut a new track from DJ Flayshaw a few days ago?
An asshole is a mouth for shit. And I'm puking.
Okay, but what is the song called?
Yeah, that is the song. An asshole is a mouth for shit. And I'm puking.
That's a good name for a song. Do people like it?
They're loving it, man. The requests keep coming in for more. I really think it's the future of music, I do. Fucking, like, stinkcore or something. Shit's so nasty. Those stink waves come up like sound waves, you know what I mean?
This is preposterous. Neither sound nor scent work anything as he's describing. What does he even mean?
I don't have any idea what you mean.
Doesn't matter. Listen, I'm dead serious when I say fellatio is gonna make it big in this world.
Fellatio. Oh god, I get it. Is that legal to play?
It's illegal not to play, man. When you got that kind of music in you, the universe demands that you got to let it out. You know what I mean? Plus, Fellatio and I got it in our contracts that we could play our own tracks. So really, it would be illegal not to.
Okay, let's move on. We talked to some kids who said they heard it in their heads. Do you know how that could be possible?
Come on, man. I just told you we're cleared to play shit like that. Listen, it's not our problem if kids decide to tune into River Shore's hottest station.
It's not that they played it on a radio. They heard it in their heads. Do you know how that's possible?
I don't understand. Are you asking if we can, like, play our station into people's brains?
Yeah, like that. Maybe it was part of your civic duty. You were just testing it out for the government. These are all weird. Testing out for the government?
We ain't testing anything out for the man, unless it's how many bricks you need to break all his windows. That wasn't a threat, by the way. Just a figure of speech. I'm a spoken word guy. Now, is there anything else you needed?
That was it. Thank you for your time.
Nah, man. Thank you. This has been an absolute pleasure. Later, cop man.
The party has terminated the call. Is there anything else I can do for you, officer?
Press the button labeled Saved and turn on Speed Freaks FM.
It requires no adjustment. The radio is already set to Speed Freaks FM.
Really? Our boy Kimmy?
Spoke to the wildest cop and rapper show. Didn't even get his name. But whoever that mystery cop was, we salute him.
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?
He's still avoiding your gaze, and his ears glow red.
That's DJ Mesh. That was Speed Freaks FM.
The lieutenant is resolutely silent, staring at the console. A look of betrayal. The secret has been revealed.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, you should have told me you liked them. I could have asked for a shout out.
I don't listen to them.
It's okay to like what you like, Kim.
I don't like it. I don't know how that channel got marked.
You lying to me right now, Kim?
Excuse me?
Come on, man, you can tell me.
The lieutenant raises an eyebrow. The ocean wind blows, bringing in the smell of salt. That eyebrow. He's using his authority against you. You can't resist.
My authority's not good enough. Kim gave us the eyebrow. It beat us. I'm sorry, Kim.
He remains silent.
Right. You don't want to get into this? No problem.
Nothing to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important things.
He pats the motor carriage.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a...
That didn't seem to go anywhere. It does say return to the Feldmoon and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. It's giving us clues big time. Every time we go there, I guess we're getting another clue. And that one is still about the children. It still says call Speed Freaks FM from the Lieutenant's Kanema. Still says to call, so I guess we'll call back again. Oh no, Kim's got stuff to talk
you
about.
see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Kim wants to chat.
Okay, about that call, let's start from the top. There's no doubt that the twins heard Speed Freaks FM. I still don't know how without a radio, but they did.
We're not any closer to knowing how they heard it though, are we?
No, we are not.
I mean, a weird voice in my head said to talk to the kids. Maybe it's related. I didn't want to bring up the whole shivers talking to the wind thing with Kim, but God, Kim's dealt with so much from us right now.
I don't think the voices in your head are related to this, no.
But it didn't sound like one of my thoughts. It sounded like a lady.
The lieutenant gives you a long look.
I don't know what to say to that, or what you want me to say. I'm sorry. Did we ask where the kids were when they heard the voice?
I didn't, sorry.
No need to apologize. I was just going to say it'd be a good idea to ask them. And, Detective, thanks for this. It's been interesting.
So just going back to the kids again. At least we got fast travel now.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches
Real
him
quick,
do
boys. Where were you when you heard the voices?
There.
The boy points towards one of the ruined monoliths nearby.
We were there.
The Feld building. Ah, I knew it.
Full circle. Back to Feld, then. When you're ready.
The boy turns the rock over in his hands. He looks to you, then his brother, then back to you.
Bye, kids. Take care. Yes, we are. Okay, now I guess we know what we're doing. We do have to just keep hitting up the shivers, which is unfortunate because it's like one of our worst stats. And, oh, we're so close to... Skill point. I think I need a skill point to unlock this again, don't I?
The once bright mural towers above you, saying,
Whoa.
Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Hey, you happy nightmares? Welcome, welcome. Not gonna lie, I'm a little tired. It's like 3:30 a.m. where I am, and I'll be doing this for almost 8 hours. But we're on some real leads right now. Like, we're getting into some nitty gritty. Like, I don't want to stop right now. I'm tired and I'm crashing, but everything's really interesting at the moment, so it's sort of keeping me going. There's all sorts of weird stuff's happening. This looks like a pretty good roll. Searched Ruby's lorry. Searched the coast for traps. Seen inside the church. Well, if you have just started, I will warn you we're almost 35 hours into this, and I feel like I'm near sort of the end of stuff, so maybe a bit of a spoiler warning. This game is crazy, though. It's very interesting. But, yeah, just spoiler warning if you have just started. I'm 35 hours in, and oof. Pull on your knowledge to understand what caused the twins to hear the radio in their heads. This should be good, but we have failed 2 times. We've failed over 90% rolls tonight. I hope this works.
You know a lot about radio. Enough to know you have no idea how or why those boys heard Speed Freaks FM in their heads. Knowledge like that isn't just obscure, it's unknowable. Dangerous theoretical facts like that are probably protected under the coalition government's Articles of Dominion, Title 14, Article 7C. While an expert might be able to suss it out on their own, a layman like you has no hope. You don't know how it happened, but the stores of your knowledge are vast, and there is something crucial in them.
What's that?
You know where Ruby isn't.
Yes.
She isn't in the fishing village. She's not with her bullet under the floorboards in the shack. So where could she be? You've searched the whole coast for Morel's traps. Just as you didn't find the Insulindian phasmid, you did not find her. You've even entered the church, met Tiago and Sorna. Some criminals seek sanctuary from sacred buildings, though the sanctuary laws were abolished decades ago. But Ruby wasn't such a one. And you do know one thing about radios. Ulan. Ruby dabbles in advanced radio theories. Ulan, the Speed Freaks mystery. It might just be related.
Does that mean she's here?
If she's here on the coast, she'll be here. And besides, something weird happened to the twins around here. It'd be nice to know what caused that. Another fact for your collection. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you, in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
Whoa, that's creepy. I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
The twins did hear the radio from here, so something is happening.
True. And Ruby does have radio experience, as evidenced by her lorry. But how do we even get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it? Oh, God. Enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Wow, I mean, that ladder's always been there the whole time, so obvious. It's just not until we get the fort. Can I actually get up there? Or is this going to be a skill check?
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle? What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
Even if it isn't, no one told you.
It won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
Savoir-faire 72. We should be able to crank that up a bit. Is it a white? It's a white check. I've got a skill point. We should at least just change clothes first, though. And yeah, it does. It seems so interesting in how there seems to be so many different routes or ways to do things. Like, these are my stats. I went big brain. Look at my physique. Oh my god, am I a -1? I didn't know you could go into minuses. -1 physical instrument. That's because we're thinking at the moment, though. I've got this going on. I didn't realize you could go into minus. That's how, how unphysically fit I am. But I like keeping a skill point in the bank if we hit these spots, so I can just put a point in something or refresh the white checks. But 72 is pretty good, and I think surely we've got something we can put on to make it a little better. So the savoir-faire. -1. Ooh, these cool glasses. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Anything to just make it a little better?
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
83. If it fails, I'll just spend a point and retry it. There must be another way up there, but let's go.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is
do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof.
Wow, we actually did it.
Mastered the art of physical displacement.
Don't gloat, just stand there like a Samaran master.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
I figured that was what was actually happening. It was just like the mental game of stealing. It's like, we're just going to teleport. But just psyching yourself up and just climbing up the ladder.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear,
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside.
Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
We should definitely make sure we let Kim in. Alright, well, I'm a little motivated to keep going then. I am tired, but I might just take a really quick break, like 2-3 minutes. Just go to the bathroom and get another drink or something. I guess we'll keep this rolling. Because I can't stop now. Now that we're here, that was a big breakthrough. I'm making a lot of progress tonight. Because we have been playing for like 8 hours, so I would hope so. I'll be back soon, and I think there's big things are coming in here. This will be interesting.